Well. Let's start the conversation with none other than Chebet Rono, who has been actually a very inspirational person for the last, like, I think, year. I know she went through a lot of chaotic shenanigans in her life being younger, but now she's on a completely upward trajectory with how she's living her life. Her weight loss journey was beautiful, and now she's speaking about something else that was completely plaguing her, and she is kind of finding her footing in that particular aspect, and it is none other than alcoholism, the big A. She is no longer anonymous about her alcoholism, and she's speaking a lot more about it, and she's gone so far as to create a new Instagram series that she's calling the Alcoholism Talk, whatever. It's something about her talking to alcoholics and people who struggle with alcoholism, and her own story in the way of trying to give her us her story in order for us to learn from her and try and figure out where we are at when it comes to alcoholism. In fact, she's gone so far as to say that she will not be working with any brands that are talking and promoting alcohol because it comes off as this fun thing, and then you keep it, you assume that it's a fun thing and everyone gets on alcohol and it just keeps going on. And I remember that interesting story my brother told me where his first influence to alcohol, apparently he saw an advertisement for this very popular beer when he was like 10 years old. It was running on TV and it made it look like this macho man. You'll probably remember it. Like, there's a macho man and he, at first he's very shy and, confused and whatever. And then he has a sip of alcohol or this particular brand, and suddenly he becomes the most interesting person in the room. All the girls are flocking at him and so on. And that kind of made him think, maybe I should try this because it seems it's making this guy cool. Maybe I should try it as well. And that was his first experience and memory with regard to alcohol. It was this really cool macho man, and he also wanted to be a macho man, so he tried alcohol at some point in his later years. But it is a lot more of the same. A lot of people see advertisements, and on these ads it looks like people are living their literal best lives, and we also want to have that. Social acceptance of consumption of alcohol has become so big an issue that it becomes so easy for you to get on it. The only problem is not everyone has the same capacity for alcohol, including Rono, who says that she had both long-term and short-term effects of alcohol, both drastic and simple. It went so far as to the point where she was now losing memory. She'd have complete blackouts of a particular conversation, a whole day, stuff like that. And it became really, really problematic. Her relationships were on a downward spiral. She didn't really she didn't really stay in relationships for very long because every time she was sober, she'd be great. But when she'd had a couple of shots here and there, she would go back to being her obviously horrible self, which deterred her friends and her family as well. Anyway, long story short, now she's talking about it, and she's trying to tell us that it doesn't really have the effects of alcohol can vary from massive to small based on how much alcohol you've had. Maybe you're having one glass of wine, great, that will have an effect on you. Maybe you're having too much, it will still have an effect on you. It depends on how much you're having. And she says that the alteration of your mood, the way you're acting around people, your fight or flight instinct is heightened a lot more. That's why a lot of people end up having arguments and fighting in bars because of alcohol. Anyway, it was a very long spiel about the effects of alcohol and consumption of alcohol and how she's taking a stand, and she's now 90. She was 19 days sober as of yesterday. It was yesterday before day. But now she's probably about 20 days, 21 days sober. Hopefully, we are crossing our fingers. But she says she's trying to make it a 90-day sobriety journey. So we're here for it. We're happy for her, and we love this journey, and we love her courage to speak about it, and we can't wait for a lot more people to come up and speak about their experience with alcohol.
I have said this before. I don't believe people actually enjoy taking or consuming alcohol in general, because you take and your whole, digestive system is hot. From your throat to your mouth, as in to your stomach, everything is just burning. And you're like, for why? For what reason? Number two, you become a completely different person. And this is, a bit on the edge, but I saw someone say, They are called spirits, alcohol, because they lower your inhibitions and they lower everything in you so that demons can come in and do it. And I was like, okay, that's different. That's different, but it would explain a few things, you know. Anyway, I just don't believe people actually enjoy taking alcohol. I think you take alcohol because you believe it makes you fun around social settings. But please take a leaf off of the Arabs. These people don't consume alcohol most of the times, and even their functions, their weddings, their birthdays, no alcohol is involved. But these people are having fun, like pure fun. So I don't think you actually need alcohol to have fun. I don't know why people take alcohol. If you enjoy alcohol, well and good for you, you know. But if you're overdoing it and it's affecting every aspect of your life, maybe rethink that decision, because it's a lot. It's really a lot. Having something just take over your life like that, you know, your social life goes to hell, your financial life, because now you need a sip of this every now and then. It's just a lot. So if you can do without alcohol, please do. As in, just try it out. Sema leo sikunywi, kesho pia sikunywi. When was the last time I had alcohol? I can't even tell you, because it's not really a necessity. Anyway, before we start preaching, my God, when did this turn into a gospel show?